Alright, the next part of this is I get these little, I buy this 3M sticky lock together stuff. It's got a sticky back to it, but I don't trust the sticky back. It doesn't seem strong enough. So what I do is I brush on contact cement on the piece. Then I'm going to stick the sticky piece on, and then I know for sure it's on there tight. And that it'll hold. At times it's a little hard to get that protective backing off. Now, I do the same thing on the back of it, of the camera. I brush on the contact cement. I had it on here, but I'm changing it because after a couple of years, these start getting a little funny. That's there. And I got one more, which I dropped somewhere. But I found it. All right. Let's see how this fits. That goes on that. See, I kept that a little closer so it clears that. There. Squishes down nice and solid. As you can see, it clears that base in there. It's real nice. Pop it off. Well, I mean, it holds good. Actually, I don't take this off. Gonna have to do some modification. This is gonna be a bracket I'm making for my Garmin GPS. Now this is a 650. It's a older model, but what's great about this model is it has a 1/8 jack. All the other ones are wireless. If you want to go wireless, all right, but this is, I can plug in my earbuds while I'm driving. I have 600 songs loaded on a chip that I put on here, so I have all my songs. I can listen to my songs while I'm driving on the scooter. Plus I set my locations in it when I do garage sales. But I want this mounted to the handlebars, so I came up with this system. These are the pieces you're going to need. I'll give the dimensions and everything inside. First, the main piece here. Then I got another piece of plastic that I cut out. Then I'm going to mount it on like that right there. Then, now because the GPS, this is the back how it attaches to the cord and everything else, I have to allow for these thicknesses here and this hole here. That's why that hole is in there, so that'll fit in there. But I still got to build this out enough to keep this away from here. So what I have, this will be mounted to, so mount it to there. I'm going to mount a spacer right on, attach a spacer right on there. A spacer on there. Let me do that right now, and I'll show you how that goes so far. I'm just using pop rivets, but I mean you can glue this plastic on. You can any which way you want on it. All right, the spacers on there. This quite isn't enough, but what it is, it's going to have 2 layers of this on there. That'll add an extra spacing. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, the next part of this is I get these little, I buy this 3M sticky lock together stuff. It's got a sticky back to it, but I don't trust the sticky back. It doesn't seem strong enough. So what I do is I brush on contact cement on the piece. Then I'm going to stick the sticky piece on, and then I know for sure it's on there tight. And that it'll hold. At times it's a little hard to get that protective backing off. Now, I do the same thing on the back of it, of the camera. I brush on the contact cement. I had it on here, but I'm changing it because after a couple of years, these start getting a little funny. That's there. All right, let's see how this fits. That goes on that. See, I kept that a little closer so it clears that. All right, had to modify it a little bit. Those small 1/8 pop rivets didn't hold really well on there. So what it is, I put these 3/16 on there and to really hold that on better. Let's see how it goes on. Like I say, we have good clearance in there. She's away from it. Let's see if the rivets will hold now. You pop it off. All right. Next phase of this is attach and get to the clamp. Alright, we're going to attach the plate to the bracket. Now let's get the other screw started. So that's the bracket. Now, we have holes drilled through the bracket. What it is, we're going to put it over the handlebar, put that bolt through it, Put the nut on top. And what it is, this hole is clamped just right, the same diameter as the handlebar, maybe even a hair less. So we can snap this on, and then when we tighten this down, it'll compress it over the handlebar and hold it up in place. All right, let me attach it, and then I'll show you what the finished thing looks like. Now this is going on my Yamaha Vino 125. Like I say, I'm going to put it up in this area, snap that on, put the screw through the bottom of the bolt, Alright, next what I'm going to do, put the GPS on. Plug her in, turn the scooter on. Plug in the old earbuds. Now, one thing I found out about these, I used to leave my earbuds in my ear and disconnect every time I was stopped to go on a garage sale. And with the continual in and out, I found I lost half the stereo there. So, I take the earbuds off and I don't unplug this. But now, like I say, I can go in. I got my music. I got 831 songs. Play my music while I'm driving. Go back. Put it to addresses. And then all I do is, as I'm going along, I hit here and I go hit my favorites. And I even still got one in there. Number 9. I'm going to get rid of that. But that was a garage sale I went to. But I would put them all in order, 1, 2, and then I'd hit there and I'd say go to it. But this one, I'm going to delete. Now, like I say, I really like these units for the simple reason I got the 1/8 jack, nice size. You can get these for around $15 to $20 used on eBay, and that's even with shipping. I mean, these, there's a Garmin 650 and I think 750, but you want to make sure it's got the 1/8 plug. That's the important part. And I mean, it works great. Now, even as far as that goes, a lot of them don't have updated maps. The maps are old. So what it is, you can, on eBay, you could buy one of these updated maps. They just send you the program for, I don't know, $10 or something. And it just loads it up and it updates it to a 2018 map. So it doesn't make any difference what your map has out here. You can get that update and just put it on the little chip and put it in there. And it'll update the map for you for another $10. So these are great units. Hi. Turn it off. I have it set up that when I turn the key off, this turns off. So I don't wear the battery down. Batteries don't last too long in these things. So like I say, you really got to hardwire it into the system. So use your battery on a scooter. All right. That's my GPS bracket.